I want you all to extend your right hand like this. Go on. For those confused, it should be on your this side. Extend your thumb, your index finger, touch them together, and place it on your chin. By the way, this happens to be your chin. No, it doesn't help to change afterwards. Well, the objective of this is don't blindly follow, right? You have a superpower, and your superpower is the power of reasoning, asking questions. Never give up that, no matter what. With that, so, like I was mentioning earlier on, there's so much wisdom in this world to decide what we could do and how not to overload you with information. I kind of took this little approach of summarizing everything. So it's called the magic of purpose-driven approach of life. Humor me. Imagine 100 years, 200 years, 500 years, depending on scientific development. And it is your funeral. It's a part of the act. Imagine it is your funeral. When you go back home, this is what I want you to do. Take a pen and paper and write down this particular thing. What are people talking about you at your funeral? What do you want them to talk about you? Do you want them to say that he or she was someone who lived an abundant life? Someone who was rich, compassionate, kind, great with relationships? Whatever you want, make a list. Go ahead and put it down. Look at it. See if you can refine it. And then take a big print out if you can and stick it wherever you want. Wherever you look at this particular, where you can access these particular things that you want people to talk about you. The reason being is, people will not come and tell you or tell things about you that you have not done. So you should have lived a life of your choice based on what you want them to talk about. Once you have that list, that's a very simple thing. Reverse engineer. Much easier. Because if you don't know where you want to go, then all the roads lead there. Yeah. Let's look at it. Life goal. How many of you have life goal over here? Don't raise your hands because I don't want to embarrass you. Most of you don't. I know. But I would definitely encourage you to think about it. A life goal is not saying that, I'll get good marks or I'll do this job or start a business or, get married to this person, whatever. Or travel to this place. That's not a life goal, that's a goal. Just to give you a brief, a life goal needs to be something so huge that you possibly could not achieve in one lifetime. Think about it. Right? Once you get into that zone, once you have identified, so I'll just to get you started, I've had a life goal initially when I started out. So my life goal was to add value to at least 1 million people, which I thought I could never accomplish in a lifetime. Somehow I did manage to. And then I was like, okay, let's increase it. How about 10 million people? Now the fact is that now you're so used to it, the process goes a little more faster. And that's what you do. You do it faster. Right now, I have a short-term life goal, which is to be able to add value to at least 1 billion people by 2026. And not just me being on the helm of it, but me being instrumental in making that happen. More about that later. So I just hope you get the idea of where we are going from. And most important thing, take all the opinions, take the advice, whatever you want. Think, ponder if it makes you. It's a great thing. But when you are about to execute, please make sure it's a product of your own conclusion. Don't just do it because somebody said so. Now, once you have your life goal, what do? Become obsessed with it. It's your dream, it's your goal. If you're not going to be obsessed about it, who else is? A lot of people tell me, Ugesh, you sleep for like 3 hours, 4 hours, 5 hours, randomly you travel and you're working all the time. I'm like, no, I'm not working. I don't remember the last time that I worked, honestly speaking, because I'm driving my passion, I'm obsessed with it. So I'm always full of energy, always having this blast. So that's a little tip. Be obsessed with whatever you want. Point A to point B. If you know where you want to go. Let's assume most of you were told come to this particular venue today for TEDx. Yeah, somebody gave you the instruction. Did anybody tell you what route to take, what mode of transportation to take, and many other variations? No. How did you manage to get over here? Because you had a very clear-cut destination where you want to reach. Once you have that destination, start walking towards it. What I'm sure you would have faced traffic, maybe humps, maybe ditches. What if there was a road that was, blocked? What would you do? Would you just sit down over there and crying, saying that, whenever this is going to be made, only then I'll move ahead? No, you'll find an alternate route. Why? Because you know the destination. That's another easy way to go ahead and reach to your goal. This is very, very important. Don't take advice from everybody. This one thing alone can go ahead and save you so much time, effort, energy, money, grief, experiences in life. Unless and until somebody is an expert in that particular field, don't take advice. Let me give you an example. What do we generally do, right? Let's say relationship advice. Who do we ask? Our parents, relatives, kith and kin, friends. The question that you need to ask before asking them for advice is their relationship so awesome that I could write a book and sell 1 million copies of it and people would be, blown away with it? If your answer is no, then you should be talking to them about it, right? You want to learn about finance? Talk to a financial expert. You want to talk about happiness? Talk to someone who's really happy. Take advice from experts only. It'll save you a lot. Raise your own standards. A lot of people, go ahead and say that, I'll do it, maybe I don't have time, we have a lot of excuses. But if you raise your standards, everything else falls in place. What you would want to ideally do it, let me give you an example. Say if I'm writing an exam and if I need 100 marks, that's the max that I get. My objective is to get 100. I hate the examination, I hate the entire process, I don't even like the subject. But I have my own standards. If I'm going to put in my time, effort, energy, venturing into that direction, I will reach the top and will not settle for anything less than that. Raise your standards, make sure that you're the best, not amongst the rest. Most people are very okay being mediocre. Yeah, it's a fine thing, but if you choose, do it. But my recommendation is be the best. And the most important thing after that is only after you have reached the top. You can set your own standards. You can set the benchmark. If I'm going to play a game, am I going to go ahead and give tough competition to anybody that I'm playing that game with? Maybe I'll become like a school champion, my locality champion. I don't have to win the world championship if that is not my thing. But at least I'll reach to a certain stage, give my best, and then I can quit. You know what this entire thing does for you? If you keep doing this in every area of your life, you'll just get used to understanding how to succeed. So when you eventually discover what your purpose of life or passion is, it'll be that much more easier for you to reach towards that and realize those dreams of yours. My approach to the entire thing is, it's very simple. I hope this helps out. This is how I function. I first decide what and why. What do I want? And why do I want it? I write it down. I make mind maps around this. The whole thing is, if you're not clear, you're not going to remember that point 1 to point 2 destination. So get the clarity. What do you want and why do you want it? Once you have this, move to the next step. Who is going to do this for me, including me? And how is it going to get done? Let's start thinking about it. You'll find all the resources, the people that you need, the things that you need to go ahead and realize whatever you want to do. And the last part is when. When do you want to do it? Set a timeline, a tentative one, and get started. This is like one of the most important things according to me, right? Again, it's up to you. People say networking is very important. I agree. I've just tweaked the word a little bit, just to make it a little more hip. I call it net weaving instead of networking. Now, the beauty of net weaving is In networking, you're meeting more people. So it's just something called law of averages. You meet more people, you meet more people, you make more money. You know, interactions is equal to transactions. Contacts is equal to contracts. A lot of things like that. But in net weaving, what happens is you meet people, you have a genuine interest in trying to find out what are they doing. It may not be related to you, but when you start doing this with enough people, you may find that person A is doing something in a particular field, and then you know person X doing something in that particular field. You can connect them and move on. See how you can add value in every little place. And by doing this, the entire process will help you reach faster to your goal. Now you're wondering why are there this different shapes, triangle, you know, a square, a pentagon, a hexagon, and a circle. Here is what it is. Imagine you right in the middle of that circle. And as of now, you know only 3 people that can help you reach your, you know, to achieve your dreams or help you reach there. Just 3 people. And if the shape is like of a triangle, and if you had to move from the place where the U is written to your life goal, would it be a smooth transition or would it be a little bumpy, jerky, and so on? Jerky. I mean, it's okay to respond. I'm fine with it. I don't bite anymore. Right? Would it be challenging? What if you had 4? So you have 4 corners now instead of 3. It'll still be a difficult thing, and so on. And when you look at a circle, a lot of people think that, you know, a circle is just one line wrapped around. No, it's many, probably infinite corners placed together. And each one of that corner is one person that you know in your life, who you have connected well with, who you started building a relationship. The bigger the network, the bigger the net worth. Tomorrow, let's say if I know 1 million people and if I want to go ahead and start off a company that requires me to get, you know, $500 million, the chances of me achieving it is much higher rather than, you know, if I just know 1 or 2 people. So that's another way to go ahead and look at life. And you have a choice. Everything starts with a choice, and you have a choice, and you can make that choice right now. You know, you can start being the person you want to be now. And the fact is, you know, I believe in you. Each one of you, you have the greatness, you have the potential to go ahead and do something spectacular. The only question is, do you? Thank you.